Hey y'all, it's Nikia,
Jazmine,
and it's Black Girl Lit.
Black Girl Lit.
So last video, I think we said it like 50. I think we said it like 50 sometimes. I don't know, but just know that Black girls are lit
with literature.
Black girls read lit.
Literature.
And being a black girl is lit.
Forever lit.
Our outfits today are like college theme.
College theme.
She has a fictional college.
This is a real college. This is real to me.
If it was EJ, he would say it's real. This is
real.
Well, hers is a fictional, historically black college, and mine is a real PWI. I went to Longwood, LU.
I went to Hillman.
I ain't one of the Cosby's. I ain't go to Hill, man.
I went to Hillman. You know.
And
so.
In honor of today's book, we're drinking a pre-mix Jose Cuervo margarita. Judge your mother. No, we didn't make these. Judge your mother. We ain't got time for that. We got real jobs and lives and stuff.
Right. And I will like to say, even though we are drinking margaritas, we do understand that the characters are Puerto Rican. So I'm not saying that all Hispanics are similar. It's just what they had at the liquor store that was pre-mixed, and I felt kind of went with the theme. And I'm guessing she's enjoying it because it is quite tasty.
Like a Jolly Rancher.
Right? It's
like
gonna
it
be good.
Smells like straight alcohol.
But it's so tasty.
Yes.
I know. I mixed a little bit of the lime. So we got watermelon and we got lime. I mixed a little bit in there.
She didn't tell me she mixed the lime. It's a little tequila spritzer.
You know, yeah.
Alright, so we told y'all last time what book we were reading. I think we read this in a few days. It is so small, probably like 200 and some pages. The Education of Margot Sanchez by LIlliam Rivera. Last time I said Lillian, I was tipsy off the hippie bird. But yeah, that was Jazz's fault. But this is our novel. Again, it's still young adult literature because I'm obsessed with young adult. This book is like both of our choices because like when I first presented this idea to Jazz, it was just a list of books that I had, and she chose this book. This was actually supposed to be our first one, but I told y'all I'm kicking it old school, so I had to wait for the library. So you know libraries have systems. So the Greensboro library system, I went to the main library, the central library, and they didn't have it, so they had to get it from somewhere else.
One of the other libraries.
McGrick Horton Library Branch. So yeah, and then they didn't notify me the first time when it came in, so I had to go back and put it on hold again so that I could get it. And
it took a lot to get this book, and the question is, was it worth it all? We'll discuss that later.
Spoiler alert.
We'll get into that.
I think we need to start saying that all of our reviews are spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, Black Girl Lit alert. Spoiler
like all
alert.
I mean,
spoiled. Because don't watch this if you don't want to know what the book is about.
If you have not read this book yet, don't watch this video.
Right, but still watch the video.
If you want to read it.
You know, just watch it. But anywho, so I got a little bit of her bio.
Oh, okay, cool.
So she is originally from the Bronx, which the book actually takes place in the Bronx. She now lives in Los Angeles with her family. She's a really, really small bio. She's a freelance writer, and has done work with Tin House, the LA Times, Latina Magazine, among others. And I believe this was her first book.
Yes, this is her first novel. Her second one is actually coming out March 5th.
Okay.
The same time as
Everlasting Rose. Yeah, for the Belle sequel.
We'll see if we'll get her second book.
We'll see after this video.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's her bio. I'll insert a picture of her. She's cute.
She's cute.
And she is Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican?
Yes, she's
Shout out to you, girl.
Boricua, Borera. I just like it. Okay, so Jazz is good at giving the book synopsis, so I'm gonna let her do that, and I'm going to drink my drink.
Drink her drink. Alright, so the book is about Margot Sanchez, who is a 16.
I think she's younger.
I don't know, she's in high school. Student. She goes to private school, predominantly white private school.
I think she's a freshman.
Freshman?
Yeah, because they would have mentioned like a Quince or something. And then like her friend didn't get into the school.
Oh, that's true. So either way, she's in high school. She goes to a predominantly white private high school, preparatory school called Somerset. Her family owns a chain of grocery stores, and
they own two.
A chain. More than one is a chain.
She got two links in this chain.
It's a chain. They own a chain. We'll let Margot tell you she will call it a chain of grocery stores. It's all about descriptions. The story starts off because Margot is forced to do as punishment work at one of the grocery stores, the first one, because she stole money from her parents to go buy some clothes. clothes because she was trying to flex on the gram with her Caucasian friends.
They was white.
To keep up
Ain't
with.
no place called Caucasia.
Trying to
you ain't Caucasian. You white.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. She was trying to keep up with her white friends, Camille and Serena, and to do that, she stole her daddy credit
They
card.
don't even sound white. Those are black names.
Camille and Serena?
Yeah, Serena Williams. Nobody thinking of white
Well,
lady.
I think when I heard of Serena, I thought of Serena Vander Woodson from Gossip Girl, but
Jazz is white.
just a little bit. According to Ancestry, 9%. Any hoosers.
Okay, let me shut up. I'm cutting.
Yeah, so she, was trying to fit in with her friends, so she stole some money, so she's forced to work at the grocery store. And the book is basically about her trying to make it through the summer working at this grocery store. And her light at the end of the tunnel is this big party in the Hamptons at this boy named Nick's house and how she's just really trying to just make it to the party because she feels like this is going to be her coming out type event within the social status and social rankings of her school and the culture and stuff. And it just kind of going through like her interactions and how her family is going through different things during the summer that Margot spends. During this time, she also meets a boy, Moses. Is that how you read his name?
I said Moises.
Moises.
But that sounded Jewish.
It does.
But it looks like Moises.
I said Moses. I don't know.
But
Moises.
it's M-O-I-S-E-S.
Yeah, so pronunciation, I'm not sure.
Ask Google while you finish this synopsis.
Yeah, so she meets this boy who is an activist, power to the people, trying to do right within the community.
Brown Lives Matter.
Brown Lives Matter, right? Trying to save a neighborhood and stuff like that. And she's just trying to figure out herself and go through getting through the summer at the supermarket. I was about to say Superstore. Shout out to Superstore. That is actually a really funny show. Through the supermarket, as well as deal with Moses, whatever his name is.
Oh, maybe it is Moses. Maybe it's like the it's a Spanish spelling of Moses.
Okay, Spanish spelling of Moses. All right, so that's the quick synopsis. So I guess now we'll get into some reactions. So what were your initial reactions to the book?
Oh my god. So this is what I put. I said she's so obsessed with pleasing her two white friends.
Yeah.
Things I noticed. She's trying to assimilate into the culture at Somerset. Because it mentioned like she doesn't wear her hair curly, and as you can see by the cover of the book, she has curly hair.
Yep, she straightens it
Like straightens
daily.
the crap out of it. She lies to people and wants to fit in. While I was first reading the book, it was like, I don't know why all the books start off like this. This is blah.
Yeah.
It was like really blah. It had some moments, but I was like, because it starts with her already having spent the money. And I think, is she telling the story? Is it from her point of view?
Yes.
Yes, it's
so
first
her
person.
Yeah, her perspective.
So it was just like, oh, I'm listening to this teenage girl tell this story, and she's
very vapid. She's very, very
and then she has this thing with
shallow.
lists.
Yeah.
Like she writes random. I'm like,
her lists are extremely random. Things I hate, and then she'll put out things. People I need to talk to.
Like what?
Things are annoying my mood today.
Oh, I had a question, but it was answered by the book, so I'm not even gonna ask because Jazz always has questions.
I don't actually. This time I don't have any questions. I know, right? I think this book just got straight to the point. So like for me, like my reaction. So I agree. I felt like she needed constant validation from her friends Camille and Serena, who were like the popular white girls at the school that she's trying to click up with, and who are basically, she feels like molding her into who she needs to be at the school. Because apparently her old best friend was supposed to come to the school with her, but Elizabeth didn't get into Somerset. So she had to kind of go into it by herself. And when she got there, she met Camille and Serena, and she's just trying to move up in the social rankings with these people. So I feel like she was kind of caught up between who she is, who she thinks she should be based on what her family tells her, who she used to be based on like her hanging out with Elizabeth, and who she thinks she wants to be based on like her friends, their white friends or whatever. I feel like she's really conflicted. Like she's constantly struggling with like, my family wants me to be the best thing that ever happened for the family. I think I need to be, for me to be successful in life, I need to hang out with Camille and Serena. I used to be this really cool, somewhat, she called it weird girl that used to hang out with Elizabeth. And I don't think she really has any clue as to who she really is and what really truly makes her happy.
Right. And her family has a nickname for her. They call her Princesa. So like she's supposed to be the princess, and like her dad always like totes her in front of people like, oh, Princessa's gonna be a a lawyer. She's gonna be a doctor. And like everybody in the neighborhood calls her Princess, and nobody calls her Margot.
Yep.
Only her friends at Somerset and Moses.
And I think another reaction was she like kind of like thought that like all her friends cared about her, like Camille and Serena. I don't think they really cared about her. She thought they did, but they didn't. And that was really evident throughout the story and the way that she interacts with them. Like even in the beginning of the story, it was like I think her first day, she was like blowing up her friends Camille and Serena. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Because she was having really bad FOMO, which I can kind of understand. But at the same time, they are not reaching back out to you. They don't care about what you're doing this summer.
Yeah.
They're gonna go live their lives on the beach in the Hamptons. Like they're not your real friends. Sorry.
I never struggled with that in high school or had that major issue. I didn't have FOMO. I have FOMO now that I'm older because I can do more stuff. But I knew my mom wasn't letting me do nothing. So.
Right. And it wasn't even like having FOMO. Like I just knew who my friends were. Like they were parties and stuff, but I didn't go. And I didn't care about going. I didn't feel like I missed out because those weren't the people I wanted to be around in the first place. So
see, another thing I wrote down, I probably wrote this in the wrong section, but like her dad, to me, he seemed like he doesn't believe in showing pride in his home country, and he was more focused on assimilation. Because there was a part where she mentioned like people had bumper stickers or flags hanging from their rearview mirror and like bumper stickers of their car to represent their different countries, because she lives in a predominantly Latin community in the Bronx. And she was like her dad didn't like that, so I just thought that was really weird. And then she was kind of a reflection of her dad. She was. And they also made a comment in the book about she talked about how if you were darker skinned, it was kind of a problem. It was bad luck. But if you were lighter skinned, then you were blessed within their community, which is something that we see often in colorism, not just in the Latina community, but also within the Black community. There's a huge thing about colorism and how we... And also like in the Indian community too. Like any community that has a shade range, there's colorism. And I just thought that was very interesting because I really, I'm a part of the African American community. So Black girl lit. So I always think of it like just in the Black community, but I often honestly just forget about there's other people of color out there that deal with the same thing. Like I had a Spanish teacher in high school who was from the Dominican Republic, and she looked white. Like legit white. And then there's people from the Dominican Republic that are dark. So it's just like, Black people, our skin ranges go from the palest of pale to that beautiful blue-black that you see on some people. So, but it's just crazy that within our own community that we have issues with, those who are different skin tones, which it shouldn't be a problem. But, I grew up, I used to want to be light-skinned. I did.
I'm sorry.
I thought light-skinned people were pretty. EJ makes me feel light-skinned because he always says I'm lighter than him.
I was going to say, does that mean he makes you feel pretty? I thought that's
No. I mean, he does make me feel pretty because we have different complexions. Like EJ, to me, he's not super dark, but he's dark skinned.
He's darker than you.
When I stand next to him, I'd be like, dang, babe, I look real yellow. He's like, yeah, because you light skinned. But I want to be darker. I like going out. Like, me and my friends used to go tan, like, by the pool and stuff. Like, I like getting my summer shade. I don't like my winter shade.
Yeah, I do like my summer shade too.
Me go on some trips.
Right, tripping. But back to the book. So that's kind of basic reactions. The book, like I said, was really straightforward, really easy to read. So in terms of major scenes, I think for me, the biggest scene, so there's a girl that works at the grocery store.
Her name is Jazmine.
Her name is Jazmine.
With an S.
It's not the same. She got an S. Okay. She got that basic spelling. Just kidding. That is a beautiful spelling of Jazmine. So she
trying to be
she works at the store, and she's described as your gum popping, hoop wearing, heel, your stereotypical, what you would think of like a Latino lady in the Bronx. Like I would envision, but kind of like a Cardi B kind of thing. Like I guess you could say, not that Cardi B is like Jazmine, because Cardi is way better than Jazmine.
Talk about Cardi like
but that's what I'm saying. So Jazmine works at the store, and I guess at first it seems like Jazmine's trying to befriend Margot, but then not really, because she talks down to her. She's kind of rude and abrasive. But then, come to find out, Jazmine pregnant, right? But who the baby daddy? Margot daddy. Right. So that Margot daddy out here having an affair with Jazmine.
But Jazmine low-key told Margot.
She did.
Because Jazmine took Margot to lunch one day on their lunch break. They went to this pizza shop, and she was like, oh, your poppy works all those late hours. He could be effing anybody in this store. And then Margot was like, Poppy wouldn't do that. This person is too old. And then Jazmine said like, oh, he could be effing me for all you know. I was like,
for all you know.
And I was on Margot's side. I was like, girl, shut up, because you dumb. You young and dumb.
But in the way that the story set up and the way that Margot tells it, so you think that Margot has a brother named Junior, and from what it looks like, and he's described as a philanderer. He's kissing on all the girls in the store, cashieristas,
like barista, cashieristas. I'm gonna get some Jose.
Oh yes, please refill me up. Anyways, so her brother Junior also works at the store. He's a philanderer, kissing on all the girls, flirting with them. Getting into like, you know, getting some from them. So the way the story is described, you think that Jazmine is messing with Junior, and then when Jazmine tells Margot that she's pregnant, you immediately think, oh, Junior was the baby daddy. No, it's Margot got dang on daddy, Poppy.
Yeah, I didn't think
out here knocking us down.
I didn't think it was.
And then the way that they found out is because Margot had to run to the store because somebody was stealing money from the grocery store. It turned out to be Junior was stealing money.
He had a whole trunk full of cash and cocaine.
Stop! He was on that narcotics, on that Miley Cyrus.
Hey.
So he was on that narcotic, right? So she running up to the stores to go tell her daddy, oh daddy, you know, the person that stole the money was actually, you know, Junior, not the person you think it is. And when she run up on there, she see daddy in the car with Jazmine kissing and stuff. So she was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, Margot, your daddy nasty.
I just finished the book last night because, pause. Jazz did it again, talking about some
back at it
oh,
again.
I'm not even halfway done yet. And I'm like, I only got 100 pages. Then she texted me last night talking about some, I finished the book. So I had to hurry up and finish my last 80 pages last night.
Look, my bad. Let's see if you got some context. I read while I'm at work. So.
I said all of that to say that I was reading last night and I got to that part and I was like, no! I was really sitting on the couch kicking and screaming because before I had read that part, I actually wrote down in my notes, is Jazmine having an affair with Poppy?
Oh!
Is she pregnant by him?
Oh!
And boom, there it goes. Let's see some of my major scenes. Oh, I don't know if I have major scenes, but just like some things that stood out to me, like what's up with Margot's mother?
Oh my God.
I felt like one, she was being manipulated and controlled and abused by her husband.
She was. Yep. She was. So Margot's mom is kind of described as this woman who is dressed up every day, wearing heels every day, housewife, cleaning up, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids. And it seems like she doesn't really have a voice. So when she's like talking to Margot or Margot's talking or things come up within the household, the mom just kind of is like, she tries to fight for it, but she goes and falls on deaf ears. But now that she found out at the end of the book that the father is having an affair, it kind of makes sense. She just seems like the mom just seems like a really sad character. Like she just seems really sad and broken up the entire time. And I felt kind of bad for the mom.
I know, I did too. Like, sorry, I'm trying to deal with Harper. Mom life. But the mom, she was just so weird. Like, she's in all these clubs and does all this stuff, and like, you can tell. I got suspicious that Jazmine was sleeping with Poppy when the mom came to the store.
Oh yes,
and was treating Jazmine like trash.
She pops up in that it.
Yeah. And then when Margot found out, she came back home and was like trying to tell her mom, and her mom didn't talk about it. And I'm like, lady, you are just abusive. And the way he talked to her, and the way they dealt with each other,
it was really tumultuous. And
I liked Poppy at first.
Hard relationship. I did too. But then, because at first I thought Poppy was just a man trying to run his business, take care of his family, and then his daughter had done something bad. His daughter had essentially stolen money from her.
Right.
And he's just trying to punish her and teach her and help her grow and learn from this experience. But then you find out that he's an extremely flawed person. Everyone in the family is very, very flawed.
Yeah, they come off as this like picture perfect family, and then I didn't realize it to the end, but she was in a pretty well off family. Like every year for her birthday, she got a Tiffany's piece of jewelry. Yeah,
and the way she describes it is she's completely poor and she lives in the Bronx and we're not well to do, and she's constantly comparing herself to her white counterparts at Somerset. And I'm like, boo, you need to look in the mirror and appreciate what you have. And then throughout the book, so in terms of like her romantic life, so she's got Moses, who's the activist, who's like outside of the store protesting and trying to prevent one of the community projects from being turned gentrified basically. So she meets him during that, you know, while he's outside campaigning, but she also is trying to spend her entire summer counting down to when she can go to this party in the Hamptons with this boy named Nick. White boy, of course, because she's all dreamy-eyed about Nick, who plays soccer, who's the best looking boy at the school, who has a big beach house in the Hamptons. Oh my God, Nick. Oh man, you know that?
Nick ain't shit. Nick ain't shit. That works.
You know, language. So, but yeah, so she's spending the whole entire time trying to like get up to Nick and stuff. So when she finally does, so this is a major scene. So when she finally goes to the party, whatever, she gets out there. So one, Nick calls her before the party and was like, "Hey, Margot." No, he told his friends, told her friends, like, "Hey, Nick wants to talk to you." So Margot's like, "Oh my God, Nick wants to talk to me." Like, so she's getting all excited, and then Nick calls her, and it's because he wanted her to bring some beer up to the party. So he was just basically trying to use her to get some beer supplies for the party. So what does Margot do? She steals it from the grocery store. Right. So you already stole money from your daddy. Now you're stealing beer from the grocery store. You didn't learn your lesson clearly from stealing and working at the grocery store. So she goes to the party, and then things happen between her and Nick, and then she
Did they have sex?
Yeah, they have sex. She lost her virginity to him.
I guess because she's an underage character, you know, you can't go into details, but it sounded really weird. Ugh.
It was not a good sex.
It was not like Point.
No. Because it was not, maybe that's why it was written like that. Maybe it was supposed to be written to be uncomfortable because Margot was uncomfortable, because that's not how she wanted to lose.
I think she said it hurt
virginity and stuff on the beach to a boy that she thought she liked but didn't really like.
But also in that scene, Freddie and Moses
show up to the party.
Somebody else showed up to the party from the neighborhood, and Margot was like,
she's trying to keep her two worlds separate. She didn't want her white friends to know about her Latino friends. She didn't want her Latino friends to know about her white friends. She was trying to keep the world separate, and they collided, and she wasn't ready for that.
Not at all.
She wasn't, and it smacked her in the face. So I thought the book was really just the classic good girl turn bad to be cool kind of thing, similar to like Mean Girl when Catty Heron gets up with the plastics and she was a good girl, then she gets converted, turns bad,
and then she comes back to her senses at the end. And that's what Margot did. Like, but I do appreciate, I didn't think Margot was like gonna reform at the end, and we don't even really know if she officially reformed, but she did.
It's alluded.
She's into lists, so she made a list of people that she needed to fix her relationships with. So she was fixing her relationship with her former best friend Elizabeth. She was working on her relationship with Camille and Serena, and she was trying to be more honest with them and tell them like her brother's going to rehab, her parents might be getting a divorce, and just kind of being more herself with them. And then she talked to Moses at the end as well, so I did appreciate that. And it kind of, you know, it's right before she goes back to school, so we don't know how she's going to act when she gets back there, but it alludes to the fact that, you know, she's gonna go back to being herself, because her and Elizabeth used to post on this Instagram page they had, I think called Art is Fashion, or Fashion is Art.
Wearable art.
There we go. I got you 80%.
I don't know why it's hashtag that.
They had this page, and they used to just wear like vintage clothes and go thrifting and stuff. But now that she was at Somerset, she was wearing like, trying to wear designer clothes and wasn't doing the stuff that she was comfortable with wearing, trying to please these other people. But I think that she may not go back to that, but she's just being more aware of herself and like how her actions affect people. So I do think that by the end of the book she is educated, because she is less selfish and realizing that her actions affect others, and she's learning to care about other people and then just care about care about herself and how she looks to other people.
So I wrote, word for word, it says, Margot is very shallow and slightly entitled, and though I empathize with her plight, at the end I don't think there was any real growth in her character.
Come on, plight.
You know, it's the word of the day. I said she still felt the need to please Camille and Serena despite her changing life events. So like, I know she was trying to like, she did have a list. I think it was like the get really real list. So it was listing all the people that she wanted to reach out to and kind of be honest and open with them. But I think even when she was talking to Camille and Serena, she was still trying to like,
she had to check herself.
She was still kind of like sugarcoating the events because she still wanted to present it in a good light to them, so she could still be held in their good graces. And I just felt like, while she was trying to repair the relationship with Elizabeth and with Moses, I still think that when Margot goes back to school, I feel like she's gonna fall right back into, if there was a a sequel to the book, I feel like she would fall right back into who she was.
But
before.
That's if she's able to go back, because her parents lost one of the grocery stores.
Oh yeah, parents lost one of the grocery stores.
And her daddy's staying with somebody else.
Yeah, so she may not be able to go back because they may not be able to afford him. So life may have just checked her.
It's time to rate it.
Rate the book.
All right, so we have our rating scale. So we have sober, which means it wasn't all that. And then we have buzz. You feel a little bit, but it's just not hitting the mark. You're gonna leave the party.
Yeah.
Then you have tipsy, like okay,
good space. This is where I need to be. I'm chilling
right here. And then you have lit. You in the back of the video saying, hey. You telling everybody about it. Boom, bop, swiggity. Alright, so are you gonna rate first?
I'll rate first since I rated first last time. So to be honest with you guys, I gave this book a buzz.
Okay.
I literally put 2 flame emojis. I just didn't like the ending, to be honest. So, and I actually text Kia this. I was like, I just don't care enough about Margot's teenage angst. Like, I don't
cared about
care. But
Theo.
So Theo's angst was different. Theo had some real complicated things going on in her life. She was really dealing with a lot. Margot was your like stereotypical, oh my god, I just want to be cool in high school. No one likes me. Woe is me. And I was just kind of tired of it. And I think also with it, and no offense to the book, LIlliam, I also think I'm just in a place, so as Nike has explained, she likes young adult books. So a lot of our characters are young. And I think when this book came out, I was like, I'm tired of reading about little kids. Where are the adults?
What's the book we read last time? The Bells? It doesn't feel kitty.
No, that one didn't feel kitty. No. So yeah, so like, I don't know. So the Bells wasn't kitty, but for some reason I just felt like this book, and I think also, unfortunately for me, I think we had hyped it up a little. Well, I had hyped it up because it was such a long struggle for it. Like you said, this is supposed to be the first book that we read. It took us a while to actually get to it, so I'm like, oh, this is about to be good. And then, and not saying it wasn't good, it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was buzzed. My rating.
I want us to have a different rating for a book once in a while, but I gave it a buzz too. And I gave it a buzz because of the ending. Like, so I like the ending, like how it just culminated with all the drama, like her finding Junior's drugs, the party in the Hamptons, Jazmine was pregnant by her dad, catching him in the parking lot, and then like her kind of turning things around at the end. So that's what gave the book a buzz. If that hadn't happened at the end, I would have been sober. But I gave it a buzz because of that reason. Like you said, it is, in comparison to the books we've read so far, it is very,
it's just stereotypical.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm in high school and I want to be cool kind of thing. Yeah. Which isn't a problem. Everybody goes through something like that when they're in high school and different things that they're struggling with. So I get it. It's just reading it in the way that it was just told, and I think a lot of it is because it took a really long time for the main character to really come to grips, and like I said, I don't know if she really did. If I was to meet Margot, I feel like she would still be the same person. I feel like I personally didn't see any real growth in her. Yeah, she wrote down this list and said that I want to fix these relationships, and she did make some steps to really do it, but I still felt like if she was to go back to Somerset and was presented with an opportunity to be part of the Cool Kids Club and not hang out with Elizabeth or Moses, she would jump at that opportunity. And I don't know, she was really shallow and just really kind of rude and really entitled, and I just didn't like her. I think that's what it was. Maybe I didn't like Margot.
I read a lot of YA lit because I took a class in it in college, and this is probably just one of the most stereotypical YA, because you would expect them to have like more drama than what she has going on. Like, the stuff in Point was like really deep and really dealing with the issues. And this is just very, like you said, shallow, surface level, not really dealing with anything.
Yeah, you don't really come to grips or to understand why Margot's the way she is.
She really has like no agency. Like she's really under the control of her parents. Like
right.
They can control what she does.
I just didn't understand. I just like, okay, I wanted to better understand. So the other books that we have read, there's been some explanations as to why the main characters were the way that they were, the things that they went through, the struggles. And there was really no reason. Margot came from a good family. She had great opportunities. And I don't know. It was buzzed again.
Yeah. Almost a sober. But yeah.
My buzz.
That's it on Margot. Glad we got through that. But I'm excited about this next book. I've already started reading it.
I haven't started.
Good. So I haven't started reading it either. Alright, y'all. I'm excited about this next book that we're reading. It's my choice. You know, I chose this book. I'm really excited. I was gonna choose this before the bells, but then I got the bells and I was like, ooh, I want to read this. So this book, I think is actually based on a true story. I think, don't quote me, but you'll find out when we do the review. And it's called Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. And Tiffany went to Howard, and she black.
Well, that's the whole point of all.
So I'm excited about this book. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it's about because we're gonna save it for our review. I've already started reading it. I'm not gonna tell Jazz what page I'm on.
I haven't started it. I don't think I bought it yet. I buy all my books on Kindle, so I need to buy it.
My next book will be a Kindle book because it's Jazz's choice. And
no, it's not.
That book is your choice.
The next book is The Bells. And then we're doing my book.
Well, either way, I gotta buy it.
Oh, it's true. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Does I? Okay. Anywho, so this is our next book. So y'all start reading with us. I think, let me see how many pages. So we got like 370 at 387.
That's a quick read. I'm just kidding. It may not be.
So this is probably about as long as the bells. So probably a week. Yeah,
about a week. We've been reading in about a week's time.
Yeah. And EJ won't be here this week, so I'll probably get a lot of reading done. Because he likes to have pillow talk. But yeah, that's our next book.
I'm excited about it. I really wish that we had more, but the book that we just read is just, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be our shortest video.
It happens, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how you know that Black Girl Lit is real, because we giving you the real about books. We're not gonna like every book. Not every book is gonna speak to us.
But I feel dope because it's only February. We started this in February. Yes, we started
in January.
Oh, the end of January.
February.
What was our first book?
I don't know.
Point?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we started at the end of January. So it's only been a month. It's February 27th, so like legit it's been a month and we read 3 books.
3 books.
And we're on our 4th one already.
Yeah. So, and my goal, just as a side note, so my goal was to read at least 1 book a month for the year. And look at that, knocking that out. Because reading is fundamental. Black girls are lit. Black girl literature.
Black girl lit is lit.
Black girl lit is real lit. And we read all that lit. So give us the lit. Because we are lit. Hey.
Alright y'all, that is it for the education of Margot Sanchez. Read Allegedly with us. My mom says she wants to read with us. I told her we'd be reading in like a week. So Trina, I need you to be on it.
Girl,
I'm gonna show you this book and maybe you can read.
Shout out to my coworker. She actually suggested a book. When one of my coworker watched her video, so shout out to you. You know who you are, girl.
I'll drink to that.
And then she also suggested, she said her godmother wrote a book and suggested a book. So we can talk about that. I'll share that book with you. So
and I have one of my former classmates. She wrote a book.
See?
So I'm gonna support her and we're gonna read it.
That's what I'm saying. So if you guys wrote her book, if you know of good books, please.
And you can self-publish on Amazon. That's what she did.
Oh, that's good. So provide us with those options. We want to read because you know what? Reading is fundamental. Reading is lit. Black girls are lit and black girl lit.
It's lit outside. The sun is coming out.
It is a beautiful day. It's been kind of
about to go down.
So, but at least it's out right now. So with that being said, I want to thank you again for watching us. So, thank you guys again for watching. Please make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Because that's how we gonna get better. And make sure you comment. Because we need to know how we can perfect our craft. We can just improve. What books are you reading? Let us know. We may want to read it.
Yes.
Or we may have already read it.
Cash apps, okay?
Cash App me, cause I need that moolah. I'm all about that money.
We need to put our Amazon wish list in the description box.
Okay,
so y'all
that
can buy us.
money.
Support us, okay?
Okay.
That's it today, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you come back for the next one. Of course, at the end, I'm gonna put our last 2 videos, and we should have a blooper reel up coming soon, you know. But I'm gonna put up this review first, cause we just keep getting these reviews out like crazy.
We popping them out like
I'm gonna just
crazy.
save the blooper reel for when we don't have a review.
We could just
post.
compile all the bloops together into one bloop video.
Bloop. Well, I already put the first one on YouTube.
That's fine.
Just
Get some
not posted.
bloops. Just get our bloops.
Yeah.
So again, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope your day is lit. Okay?
I hope it's black girl lit.
Black girl lit. Black girls are lit with literature.
Yeah, we really black with this head wrap. Y'all see my Africa earring?
I've never done a head wrap like that. You must.
All right, y'all. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.